call it a sit out, you can call it a changeover, motion on bottom, whatever you want, right? It doesn't need to get too particular, depending on where your feet go. Some people call things different things, okay? So the idea on bottom is that you want to be the faster one to get your hands off the ground and your hips away from them, okay? So really, if I shot out and I sat to my butt, my hands are off the ground, my hips are away, that could be considered a sit out, okay? And the goal is to not have your hands heavy on the mat and him not be really tight to my hips, okay? So when he rides, where are my hands at? On the ground, right? And when he's on top, he's really tight to my hips. Me staying here is going to allow him to control me, okay? I don't want that. So the first thing I always do is I get my hands forward, okay? Everybody see that? All right, my hands are going forward, and I'm opening up my outside hip, and I'm sitting all the way to my foot underneath my butt. Okay? So most people call this a changeover in college. You can call it a sit out, whatever it needs to. What I don't want to do is sit out and go like this. Okay, why not? Yeah, there you go. Yep. If you want to get really technical, my hips didn't really get away from me, because if he sits underneath me and puts his legs in here, he has my hips. Okay? Alright? If he wants to push me forward, I'm going to get stretched out in here. If he wants to run around the corner and put an arm turkey in, then we're in trouble still. Okay? So I don't want to stay here. I'm going to be kind of on an angle. And the reason why I tuck my foot and get ready for like a lunge position is, what is he supposed to be doing? Running me forward. He's going to try to get me flat again. If I'm in the right position, right? Run me forward. Okay? Alright? If he's running me forward and I'm like this, where am I going? Down, and I'm kind of stuck, and once he gets me heavy on there, you can run around the corner, get arm turns, pull me back. Or get sucked back. Okay? Alright? So, first movement is I'm going to start getting my hands light and forward, and I'm going to open up my hip. Okay? So if I open up my outside hip, it will look like this. This one sits out, and then I'm going to rotate a little bit farther and tuck this foot. If you watch college guys do this, when they do a changeover, they jump to it. Okay, so jump. It's not really a sit out, it's a jump. Okay? So it'll look like this. Okay? And if I'm here fast, and he presses me forward, and I have the right position with my feet, it's basically pushing me into a lunge position, right? I stop my hand so he doesn't pull me back down on my elbow, and he drives me forward because he has to try to get my head back down. Okay? And I'm just kind of coming up with him. Boom, 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 fight hands. Okay? So all we're going to work on now is you get into a sit-out and your partner pushing you to your feet. That's all I want you to do. Okay? So line up really quick. So we're going to open up outside hip. Okay? So that's the side he has the knee in the butt. Okay? This foot is going to sit out. And then I'm going to keep moving so I can tuck that foot back underneath my butt on the opposite side. Okay? So I went in kind of like a half circle. I didn't sit out and then come back the other way. Why not? Because if I go like this, he's got control of everything again. Right? So I'm trying to do kind of that half circle, tuck my foot underneath it, and if I'm fast and I want to try to get out while he's pushing me, I'm going to a lunge myself. See that? And he's going to keep driving me forward. Okay? I'm going to fight the hands to come up. Okay? You guys are going to stop when you get to your feet. Okay? Open up my hip, sit out, tuck back under, you drive me forward. All I want you to work on right now. We'll work on those hands in a second. Okay? Question.
When you sit out, do you like elbow him?
Yeah, you can elbow him. It's a little bit more advanced, but that's awesome. Good question. Alright, here. I'll show you really quick. So, if guys hold on really tight, and it's kind of hard to get your hips out, or they waist ankle you on that side, you can sit out the other way, but you throw your elbow. You can throw your elbow this way too, without trying to hurt him, right? We're just trying to throw our elbow and get him off me as I change over. Right? You can definitely do that. And even some guys go the other way, so you're throwing way off me with that elbow. Great question. Don't punch the bar today.
Is there any reason to get wrist control?
Right now, while we're doing that, no. But what I'm looking for really is to keep my pocket locked so he can't get his hands locked. So if I'm like this, what I'm doing right here is I'm gonna finger and hand fight. Boom. Boom. Right? And then this hand, most people leave it up like this, there's space here. He can slide that hand back in. What we do is we chop right next to our body. So now, if he tries to reach over, I can bring it up. If he tries to reach back down, it slides it back down. So I hand fight. So once I have the fingers out, cross wrist, elbow in, keep it next to my body. If I need a finger fight on the other side, it's the same thing over there. Keep it really tight to your body. Okay, and we'll work on that in a second. Great question.
So unlike the stand-up, you hand fight and then seal off before you try to stand up?
Yeah, before I come out. Yeah, we're gonna work on it in a second. This is gonna get too complicated if we do. Okay, come back real quick. So don't worry about these. Your partner's gonna stay underneath your underhooks right now. Okay, partner is gonna do a good job and shove me forward because that's what he needs to do. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right position based on your body type. If you're shorter, you could probably be here. If you're longer and maybe you need to step your foot out farther for a lunge, step it out farther. It's not gonna look exactly like mine. Okay, so if I rotate back, I open up my hip, I tuck, my foot slightly out there, right? And then I'm gonna start pushing back because when you start driving me forward, I should come up with them. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? We'll work on the hands in a second. Questions?
What if when you're when he has your back, why can't you just fall?
Me or him?
I'm him. Why can't you just fall so then you get on your back?
Me on my back?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna stand the ball. And then this hand is important. And we're gonna do this when we hand fight. Let's turn this way. Alright, second me back.
So then when you're coming forward and you're like this, so they have you, why can't you just pull down?
Oh, from your feet? We'll work on that too. Great question. You don't want to let him bring me back down. But if I hand fought the right way, when he pushes me up, it's going to look like this. Right? Now he's going to try to lock his hands because he's got to bring me back down, right? Hand fight, hand fight, hand fight. Okay? That's why I'm sealing everything off. Great question. What else? The elbows, the hands, those are great questions. Anything else? You want to see it one more time? Okay. So outside hip is the hand he has around my belly button, that would be my outside hip. It's going to open up. This one's going to sit out. The one that opened up first is going to tuck right back underneath my butt. Okay? And again, this is where you need to play around and figure out where you need to be. Okay? Body types are all different, and you need to have your feet in different places. Okay? I'm going to press really hard because I want him to shove me up. Two pieces of paper come up when they get pressed against each other, right? He's going to shove me forward. That's all I'm doing. Just want you to get there. Okay? Good? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Go.